If we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother. Why would I drop down and praise instead of praising my Father? And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
What?
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible, I listen to the Bible.
I would say read it again.
Sir.
Let me ask you a question, Ray J.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your channel where you find the true, seek understanding, and be the light. It's your boy Big Bleu. And guys, this video was very interesting. I was not expecting it at all. It's Kirk Franklin's King's Den. And apparently he brings a bunch of celebrities and he just sits and have conversations with them. This video didn't catch my eye until I had heard something initially that Johnathan Majors had said. If we know Johnathan Majors, he's an actor that had some issues with his past relationships that really put him in a deep hole, but now he's climbing out of. And it's looking like he's thinking all of that to God. It really puts emphasis on reading the Bible and knowing the word. And he spits a couple facts in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Just to let you guys know, I did pre-record this video. The reaction to it is everything that I say is live. I just wanted to bring in my introduction before we went into the video. So y'all go ahead and enjoy and let me know what y'all think. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And comment in the comment section anything that you feel or want to say. Let's get right into it.
What about you, Johnathan? What makes you happy?
No, it's gnarly, right? So like,
You said gnarly.
I've been in such a state of joy. I know we're talking about happy.
Yeah.
Right?
But there's a difference in that.
There is a difference, you know.
There's a huge difference. Oh my gosh. This man's already spit. There's a huge difference between joy and happiness. And it's crazy because we were literally, so in my Bible study group, we were literally just talking about this recently, yesterday, actually, depending on what day it is. This was on Wednesday that we had Bible study, and we're talking about the first book of James. And then they're talking about having joy in your trials because it builds that steadfastness. It helps build, that faith and all that. And then we were looking up the difference between joy and happiness. When you have joy, it's a state of being that you're in, that is within you, that just never changes. You're just at peace. There's a gentleness and nothing phases you. You're unmovable. Your mood is unmovable. I mean, things may happen left and right, but at the end of the day, you can smile, you can sleep. You're not worried about this. You're not worried about that. This is just a different level and a different feeling that you have. When you're happy, there's things on the outside that make you happy. Playing video games makes me happy. Going out and hooping with my friends makes me happy. But those are only temporary because when that's done, that happiness is gone. And I have to go and do something else in order to be happy again. But when you have joy, ain't nothing gonna take that away. Yo, this man, all right, let me see what he got to say. Let's keep going, yo.
But because the joy has been so deep, I find that happiness is easily achieved.
Yes.
I'm kind of happy a lot of the day.
Yeah.
Not just because of my medication. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy. I'm happy most of the day.
One of the things I have a problem with, and it may be controversial, a lot of people may say this and may say that. I don't like, let me say it in a manner to where it's extremely intelligent. Let me think on it.
Okay.
In Christianity, it's a thing where people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like.
Okay.
Because
Okay. And this is what I'm referring to when I what? Okay, let's keep going.
if we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother.
What?
You get what I'm saying? Why would I drop down and praise
Even Kirk is
my
like,
brother
wait, what?
instead of praising my father. And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
Good.
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible, I listen to the Bible, I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
Sir.
Let me ask you a question, Ray J.
Yo, who is this man? All right, Jonathan Majors. Okay. I like to hear more from him. I want to hear. He's keeping his mouth pretty tight, but homie is spitting facts. What, yo? And I'm not laughing because look at that grill on his face. I'm not laughing because of the fact that Jonathan Majors said that. I'm laughing because I wasn't expecting Jonathan Majors to say that. And what he's saying is factual. Hold on, let me find. And what he's saying is factual. And I'll say, and again, is showing his 22ness. The 22 is showing. Not to say that all 22-year-olds are like this, but I had these mindsets of the word of, I had these mindsets of God and how we should be living and, trying to find the truth, but on my own terms without reading the word. Even if I read the word, I'm coming to, it isn't until me reading the Bible now, me renewing my faith now, within the past year, and like really be diligent in wanting to learn the word and remembering. I don't know. I got this new level of memorizing the word that or memorizing the events that happened, the things that was written, the scriptures that was written. I'm finding this newfound like skill to be able to internalize all that stuff willingly. And because I'm not reading it just to read it. Before, that's what I was doing. So then now I'm going back and I'm reading the word and I get excited to figure out, what's happening next? And then I'm reading stuff and then it's like, it honestly, every time when I'm reading the Bible now, I feel like I'm reading it for the first time. I'm pretty sure throughout my life, I probably read the Bible twice. And the second time was maybe 7-ish years ago. But for some odd reason, I'm retaining things more. And like when I'm reading, I'm like, okay, I remember this, I remember that. But it's like it's sticking more now than it did before. And literally, let me see. We go into, and this is why I keep saying when I'm talking about, my proverb of days, when I say read the word yourself, don't just take my word for it. Because you have to know what the word says. And the word is very clear in John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, there was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. And then 14, and the word became flesh and dwelt among us, being Jesus. And we have seen his glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John 10:30. This is Jesus, where he declares, I and the Father are one. So if we're going to be full Christians, or in his case, believers of God and nothing else, if we're going to do that and we're going to put our faith in the scriptures, we need to believe in the scriptures, the things that Jesus had said. We definitely need to believe that these are the things that were said. That John 10:30, that's what Jesus had said himself. So for him to say that, it's like, all right, bro, let's go back and make sure that we've capitalized on everything that, that was said, and that we're understanding the scriptures, because what you just said, it doesn't align with scriptures. And it's just crazy. Yo, who's Jonathan Majors? This is wild that I just didn't know. I don't know. Maybe I should be going on more podcasts and see what people are saying, see what these celebrities are saying and whatnot. Because I'm honestly just shocked that that's what he said. Or at least just that truth of, you should probably go back and read the scriptures again, because what you're saying is not of the faith that you're claiming. This is very contradictory to the faith that you're claiming. And that's dangerous, because if you don't think that Jesus is God, you think that Jesus is just your brother, do you then only think that Jesus died on the cross, but maybe not believe that he died for our sins? Because that's kind of required in order for you to get to heaven. But I don't know. It's interesting. Let's keep going.
So coming back to you, what gave you the courage when you started to publicly, like you did, in such a comfortable way? Is because I've never had that courage. But when you just did that, I found inspiration in that. Where did you get that from, that it wouldn't take away from your masculinity, that it wouldn't take away from your own power?
I think it goes all the way back to kind of what we all said, what I said, and Ray J jumped down. I was like, and I want to be clear about it. Like, when I say I don't care, it's not the fact that I don't care about anything. It's just my priorities are so clear now that my mental health, my mental fitness, my physical fitness, my spiritual fitness, these things I cherish. These things are precious. And it is the ego, it is the Insta, Google, Facebook chat book, you know, it is all these things, you know, that distract from that, you know. And when I've got now on the other side of it, right, like I just really love what's going on, you know. Your question is how I get to the other side.
Well, my question is how did you find the comfort and courage to be able to
because it's more, that's what it is. Because we say that in drama school, you have to increase your need to communicate, right? Like that was our big thing, right? If you can't hear, you increase your need to communicate. I feel so led to break down, right, and diagnose this taboo thing that is around us as men, and especially us as black men, and especially on us as Christian black men.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
I feel like that is a calling.
Wow.
And a mission for me, because stepping out and watching everything go, you see what people think about you. And you take the good with the bad, you take the crooked with the straights. And what I realized is there's a whole group, a whole ecosystem, an entire demographic of people who are looking at people like me, people like Kev, people like Doc, people like my homie, people like you, and saying, what do they do? What do they do? What do they do? And I go, if the Lord has put me on this earth, and has put me through all this, right? And I'm still standing, and I'm still here, right? I gotta share that, you know. I gotta share that, and the things that were burdening me, I'm gonna unburden in front of folk, so they can see that it's okay. It's really okay that you hurt sometimes. That sometimes the prayers you don't feel like they working.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Doesn't mean they're not working, but sometimes it feels like they ain't working.
Some days
you know? Yes, some days they do. Some days they do.
Some days they don't feel like they're working.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, like
Yes,
you got
Yes,
the
sir.
most beautiful woman.
Yes.
And sometimes she can't turn it around for you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That
Yes.
like these material things do not mitigate
Yes.
the suffering.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They don't mitigate it.
It's a different level of joy. It's a higher level of joy that you need and that you can only get through Christ. My goodness, Johnathan Majors, bro, who is this guy, yo? I need to hear more from this guy just to see what's going on in his mind with all this stuff, because I had no clue. I don't know a lot about a lot of people, but this is wild to me.